Hi everyone, thanks for coming back and joining me for my next masterclass topic, which is about dynamic range in the low register. Sneha from Wheeler High School writes, I find myself struggling to introduce dynamic contrast in the lower octave without compromising tone quality. Well, that's 100% of us. So I was wondering if you would be able to talk about dynamics in the low octave, of which I have a lot of experience. So nothing speaks louder than experience. And when we can go through the experience of learning to stress out the muscles from going from pianissimo to forte, feeling the heat and the broiling heat of that loud note in the low octave, and then come back and make it pianissimo and beautiful. That is what we're trying to do today. So I'm going to immediately take out De La Sonorité and work with page 10 for the Hairpin Crescendos. So these are slow. And when you're working with it, put the metronome on 60 or under, and it will really tax your breath. And don't forget, these are patterns. So you're going to keep doing them slowly. There's pages and pages of these patterns, but again, they're all whole notes. 4 bars with a hairpin. The way you're going to achieve the maximum dynamic range is to explore. Get out of your mezzo forte box. Think of 1 to 10, 1 being pale, 10 being bright. So let's try a De La Sonorité recipe here. If I'm going to play, I'll just start with A, and listen to how hot the sound can get, and then cool. How did I achieve that? I started from a place where I knew I would end up at the end the same, but not out of air. Okay, I planned ahead. So I had 16 beats where beat 9 was the loudest. So I started at a 1 and I blew. Now my tongue lowered, my lips came together, I frowned, I lowered, and by the time I was fortissimo at beat 9, I was as loud as I could get. I was in your face, right? And my air was quick and it was buzzy. And then I started releasing it, turning it all the way back down. I started to assume a new posture, one that would facilitate the diaphragm staying down and supporting this beautiful pianissimo sound. So if you are struggling to find any kind of sound in the low octave at all, make sure you've created a floor. You don't want to search for your low octave, like it's down here somewhere. No, create a floor. Let the air go, yes, up, while you are frowning and lowering your shoulders and bringing your lips together. Okay, don't float the flute on the face. That's a great quote from Aurel Nicolay. And make sure that the muscles are involved. Now, keep the chin just where it is on your skeleton. You don't need to be jutting it out or doing any weird stuff and creating a jaw pain. Just use moise and use the pressure of air and relax and frown and say foo and lots of wonderful vowels that make the low register present. So I hope I've helped. Thank you for your topic, Sneha. It's a great one that I really struggled with, but I think I resolved probably in my first 5 years of playing the flute. So if you can get right with it sooner rather than later, I would advise. Thanks very much.